No reasonable person can deny that Dr. Harmon's was a difficult situation, an impossible situation. But we're not here today to second guess what he didn't do or should have done. We're here because of what he actually did.
Imagine thinking, oh my God, my child might commit mass murder. What would you do? I've never seen anything quite like this particular episode of television.
What do you do when there's nothing you can do? That situation really kind of became the genesis.
I read the script with no intention of doing this. And then when I read it, I had to do it. Howard has just told this story in all its shades of gray.
I just got to explore that, I think, intimately and powerfully, and I think humanly.
And I think as human beings, we have a tendency towards denial.
Every time you decide to pay attention to him, you start to catastrophize.
Well, every time you make excuses and point fingers at everyone else.
We all wonder, why didn't the parents see it?
When you're living through it, you don't see it.
It's very difficult for anybody to really understand where that is coming from.
You really realize how sometimes we see just what we want to see.
The idea of Devin hurting himself is horrifying. What if he hurts someone else?
It's a terrifying prospect.
I'll get the money.
I knocked. Who are you talking to?
Since when do you care?
We're not done here. I've never played anything like this, and it's an excruciating place to go.
Did Dr. Harmon ever share the cold calculus of killing his own son before his son could kill anyone else?
This is a story of how we cope with the darkest thoughts that we can possibly have.
What if he does what I'm afraid of?
Did Dr. Harmon share his plan to murder him?
I don't know how you could watch this and not feel tremendous empathy for what these people are going through.
The impossibility of that situation, I think, really is like a lose-lose proposition.
Do you remember the state park? I think you'd really like it. And you're gonna say, well, what would I do and how could I prevent this? And if I'm gonna play that game, I would try to connect in any way that I could. At least that's what I think I'd do.
I was talking to my friend about the situation, and he said I could go with him on this trip that he's got planned. That's what the money's for.
This is one of those things that unless you go through it, I don't think it's possible for you to really know what you do.
Park here and come with me.
Your son wants to talk to you.
Everyone wants to be right, and we're often not right.
If Dr. Harmon hadn't given Devin $10,000, would you and he have been able to carry out the shooting?
Not a chance.
It's a giant what if, but very timely and very relevant. You want to reach people, and this piece of material reached me. I thought, this is something that could stir people, move them, and get them talking.